Good evening, my name is Rob Snook. Welcome to the Wheelchair Basketball Canada National Training Center here at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre. Tonight, it is Team Japan taking on Team Canada. Thanks for joining us on SportsCanada.TV for this men's exhibition match presented by Wheelchair Basketball Canada. Both teams well underway on the road to the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. As the host nation, Team Japan guaranteed a spot at those Paralympics. Of course, for Canada, the men's and women's teams gearing up for a huge year, their Paralympic qualifier at the 2019 Para-Pan American Games in Lima, Peru this August. Canadian men will aim for a top 3 finish in order to punch their ticket and join Team Japan at the 2020 Paralympic Games in Tokyo. Canada has hosted Japan all week here at the National Training Center, a series of games with the development and senior teams wrapping up here tonight. And the teams lining up now, getting ready for this one. And the opening, or at least the lineups for Canada, we'll see number 4, Nick Gonchin. Number 5 is Ben Maranchuk from Edmonton, Alberta. Number 6 is Bo Hedges from Wanawon, BC. Number 7, Vincent Dallaire from Quebec City. Number 8 is Liam Hickey from St. John's, Newfoundland. Number 9 is Blaise Mutware from Etobicoke. 11 for Canada, Dion Green from Victoria, BC. Number 12 for Team Canada is the one and only Patrick Anderson from Fergus, Ontario. Number 13 is Jonathan Vermette from Sherbrooke. St. Mary's, Ontario's Eric Voss is in the lineup. He'll be wearing number 20. And Kitchener, Ontario's Jesse Hubner will be wearing jersey number 22 for Team Canada. On the visiting Japanese side, the team that finished 9th at last year's World Championships, 00, is Matsasugu Shinoda from Tokyo. Number 3, Takahiro Seto from Osaka, Japan. Number 5 jersey for Japan will be worn by Renshi Shokai from Nagasaki. He played last year at the World Championships. Number 6, Rin Kawahara from Nagasaki. Number 10 for Team Japan is Tetsuya Miyajima from Toyama. The number 14 jersey for Team Japan worn by Atsushi Takeuchi from Aichi. Number 23 jersey on Team Japan is Yoshinobu Takamatsu. He is from Tochigi. The number 24 is Nahiro Murakami from Hyogo. The number 25 jersey in Team White for Team Japan is Kai Akita. He is from Gifu. The number 26 is Takayoshi Iwa from Toyami. Number 27 for Team Japan, Takato Ueki, and he is from Fukuoka. Number 35 for Team Japan is Ryugi Aikashi. He is from Saitama. Number 41, they have a large roster on the Japanese side, is Hideo Odachi. He is from Saitama. And number 92 is Takahiro Akita. The head coach of Team Japan is Shinpei Oikawa. The head coach of Team Canada is Matteo Fariani. His assistant is Nicholas Palmer. Fariani is from Italy. Palmer is from Laval, Quebec. Canadian team coming off, what Wheelchair Basketball Canada itself called a disappointing result last year at the World Championships in Germany. But if you look back at that event, it wasn't quite so bad, finishing 2-1 in the round robin, only to lose a tough match against Poland in the round of 16 as we get set now for the national anthems. Just about set for tip-off. Team Canada, Team Japan. These two teams have been playing for much of the week, actually. Part of the development process for both nations as they get ready for 2020, which seemed like a long time ago, but now we realize it's only a year and a half away when Tokyo will host the Paralympic Games. And Canada still has high hopes to get both of its men's and women's teams there, as has happened, just about every time Paralympics have been held, every time as far as I understand. And the Japanese team knows that it will have both of its teams as the host nation. They will get a spot in the Paralympic tournament. And we expected Bo Hedges to be in the starting lineup for Team Canada, longtime member of the Canadian squad. And he's the first to reach out and shake hands with the officials. Love to see that before matches. Of course, Patrick Anderson is going to be on the starting five for Canada, as will Vincent Dallaire and Nick Gonchen. And so your starting five for Canada: Nick Gonchen from Regina, Saskatchewan, Bo Hedges from Wanawon, BC, Vincent Dallaire from Quebec City, Patrick Anderson from Fergus, and Jonathan Vermette from Sherbrooke. And it is Japan with the opening tip, and the ball into the hands of Murakami. Takes it down towards the left wing. Looks again, 24-second shot clock as you'd expect in international basketball. Into the hands of Miyajima, being watched by Patrick Anderson, who steals, gives Canada its first possession of the game. Patrick Anderson weaving, looking. Across for Hedges. Into the key for Gonchen, puts it up, rattles out. Anderson rebounds and does not get the Canadian drop. Murakami for Japan. Anderson looked like he might have got a hand on it. He did, so this will be Japan ball. Here we are, opening minute of this friendly. You can just feel the intensity, though, in the building. Yes, it's a friendly, but never mind. These two teams are going after it. Murakami puts it up and puts it in. And that's a long two-pointer for Nahiro Murakami. Patrick Anderson slowing it down, gives it to Gonchen. Looking, faking, underneath for Anderson, fading, firing, hitting. First basket of the game for Canada belongs to Patrick Anderson. Canadians with pressure. Japan relieves it, gets it to Murakami, and got a foul, I believe, against Hedges, and now we've got a tire that just blew, and I think that's Vincent Dallaire, and that will get set and fixed in NASCAR time. Good hustle by Canadian Dion Green to get the new tire. Dallaire will have it on there in no time. So non-shooting foul for Team Japan. It'll be inbounded by Tetsuya Miyajima. He's a 4-point player. Gives to Murakami. Looks, throws it underneath. And a basket for Akita. Japan grabs the early lead. Here comes Gonchen, grabs the ball now for Canada. Pushes it out for Hedges. He's got time, and he drops it. Trading baskets early on. Team Canada, Team Japan. Miyajima with the miss on the lay in. And Patrick Anderson now with the ball for Canada. Under pressure, knocked away from him. And the Japanese out with Iwa. Murakami. Washed by Vermette. Puts it up. Rattles off the glass and off the rim. And a good job by Canada to get it back. Anderson not getting much room. He'll need to use his teammates. Puts it up, puts it in. Another basket for Patrick Anderson. Canadians with their first lead of the game. Mayajima. Akita. Iwao. Akita. Yes. Bo Hedges. The basket's going to count from Hedges. And the foul is on Japan's Murakami. So Canadians with an 8-6 lead. Dallaire inbounds to Anderson. 14-second shot clock for Canada to work. In for Gunshin. Back to Anderson, and he puts it in again. Makes it look so easy, does Patrick Anderson. Kawahara for Japan. Akita. And it's going to be off of Japan, and it's a Canadian ball. Talking to Canadian national training coach Mike Frogley before the game, just talking about the fitness level of the Canadians now compared to a few years ago when they played Japan, not just at the top level, but all the way down to the second and third tiers as well. Canadians have really, really improved their level of fitness, and that's starting to show. Of course, this building, the National Training Center, part of the Toronto Pan Am Sports Center, home of the Wheelchair Basketball Canada National Training Center, home base for all of wheelchair basketball's high-performance activities. 10-6 lead for Canada. Here comes Japan, and can't get the drop from Iwa. Gonshin now. Rattles out. Odachi. Alone. Too strong. Gonshin rebounds for Canada. Drops it for Anderson. Just gets it to roll in. Patrick Anderson, give him 8 of Canada's 12 points. Kawahara gets across the timeline. In for Mayajima. Back up top, Iwa. Miyajima, 5 on the shot clock. And it's good. On the basket from Odachi, his first bucket of the game. It's a 2-point game. Bo Hedges, the pride of 101 BC, lives in Toronto these days. Canadians rebound, Dallaire. Anderson slings it across for Hedges. Looks, spins, still time. 3 on the shot clock, underneath for Gonshin. And he is fouled. And probably Canadians dodged a bit of a bullet there. And we're getting our first timeout of the game. It's going to be called by Team Canada. So I said it was a 2-point game. It's in fact a 4-point game. 12-8. Canada leads Japan here at our first timeout. Tonight's game presented by Wheelchair Basketball Canada. Wheelchair Basketball Canada's vision is to be the world leader in wheelchair basketball, committed to excellence in the development, the support, the promotion of wheelchair basketball programs and services for all Canadians, from grassroots to high performance. The organization strives to create experiences that move people, move the game forward, and move toward a more inclusive society. It is sport that moves you. Pan Am Sports Center really is a beautiful facility that obviously was built for the 2015 Pan Am Games and Para-Pan Am Games hosted by Toronto. At those games, both the Canadian men's and women's wheelchair basketball teams qualified for the Rio Paralympics. And this year, the Canadian teams will head to Peru, to Lima, also look to qualify for next year's Paralympic Games and do it via the Para-Pan Am route. Discussions go on after the timeout from Canadian head coach Matteo Fariani and Canadian star Patrick Anderson. Nick Gonchen finishes off that play with the bucket. And give him a couple. So Hedges has 4, Anderson has 8, and now 2 points for Gonchen. Japan attacking, Anderson with the rebound, and it's a foul, looks like here against Japan. Might have been on 25, Akita. Canadian lead, 14-8. 10-minute quarters in international wheelchair basketball. We're about 6 minutes in. Bo Hedges directing some traffic here. Hedges, the 3-time Paralympian, gives it to Anderson, the 4-time Paralympian, to Gonchen. Had some hands up in his face. Back comes Japan. Miyajima, the only one back for Canada is Vermette. Now he gets some help. Miyajima tries to work it underneath. Too many red shirts there. Back comes Canada. Gonchen leading the charge. Nick Gonchen rolls it in. Canada doubling Japan. It's 16-8 now. Back comes Miyajima. Underneath for Akita. And Japan having trouble with the Canadian aggressiveness and size under the basket. Gonchen takes the pass from Anderson, and now the Canadians become a multi-headed monster. We've got another timeout call. Canadians now up 18-8 on Team Japan here at the National Training Center. Lima 2019, the Canadian men's and women's wheelchair basketball teams gearing up for the Para-Pan American Games in Peru, where they aim to qualify for the 2020 Paralympic Games. Canadian men must place in the top 3 in Lima. Women must finish in the top 2 in order to grab a berth to the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. The Canadian teams compete in Lima from August 24th to the 31st of this year. Be sure to follow Team Canada's journey on the road to Tokyo 2020 at wheelchairbasketball.ca and on social media, Wheelchair Basketball Canada on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. Team Canada sticking with its starting 5. Gonchen, Hedges, Dallaire, Anderson, Vermette. Akita works it in for Miyajima. We have not seen Renshi Chokai for Japan yet. Expected to see him by now. Canadian team was expecting to have some other players in the lineup, but because of injuries both last weekend and during the week, Lee Melimick not available, Tyler Miller is not available to play, and neither is David Eng. And thus Eric Voss and Jesse Hubner have dressed for Team Canada. We'll see if they get into the lineup. Japan shooting here. This is Hideo Odachi. And he can't get either one of the two to fall. In and out of the hands of Hedges, but right to his teammate Gonchen. Canadians back on offense. Patrick Anderson kind of came a little bit late to the party and now gets it way back outside the arc. Gives back to Gonchen, knocked away from him. It'll be Canadian ball. Anderson's got a bit of a size mismatch here. He goes for Gonchen, and he makes no mistake. Under 2 minutes to go, opening quarter, 20-8, Canada leads. Miyajima for Japan. Played last year at the World Championships, swings it for Odachi, drops it for Takayoshi Iwao. All the way across, in and out through the hands of Kaya Akita. And Canada right back on offense again. So the Japanese having trouble hitting these shots. And Patrick Anderson, no trouble hitting that three. Canadians open up a 15-point lead. Miyajima from three-point land, too strong and off the mark. Gonchen, he's a 4.5 player rather for Canada. And obviously the numbers indicate you're going to know that you have great pushers. Very strong pushers in the 4.5 range. Excellent abdominal muscles, and be an inbound here for Canada. Gonchen fading. He's got all kinds of arms in his face from Odachi. And Odachi did a nice job on the block. Looked like Gonchen had a chance for a shot. Batted underneath for Kawahara. And now Chokai is in the lineup for Japan. Thinks about a three-pointer. Tosses off for Akaishi. He misses, and the rebound eventually gobbled up by Patrick Anderson. Anderson always head on a swivel, looking for the best option. Swings it all the way across for Gonchen, right wing. Up top, and Dallaire has it rattle out. And back comes Japan. Renshi Chokai from Nagasaki works it in and puts it in. The basket will not count. And Hideo Odachi wears number 41 on his jersey for Japan. He has just been working the Canadians very hard. He's the one who had that block on Gonchen. Inbound for Akita. Seconds dying down, and they're going to count that. That is going to count from Akita. Wow, that was tight. The officials say yes, that shot was in before the end of the quarter. So tallying up the numbers for Canada, Nick Gonchen, 8 points. Bo Hedges had 4. Patrick Anderson had 11. And that last basket by Akita from Japan give him 6 for the quarter, leading the charge for Team Japan. Early on, Japanese guarding Canada well, protecting their house well. Canadians finding a way. Patrick Anderson didn't necessarily have a path to the basket, but he found spots for his teammates, outlets for his teammates. Hedges with a couple of baskets early on. He's so often so consistent and giving Canada those baskets that they need. And then Anderson and then Gonshin eventually. And that's how Canada builds up the 23-10 lead. I alluded to it earlier on, Canada last year at the World Championships with some struggles. But if you think about it, you look back at it, in Hamburg, they were 2-1 in the round robin. The only loss was a fairly close one to Iran. And then it was the heartbreaking loss to Poland in the round of 16. And then with the spirits kind of crushed, it was a loss to Italy in the 11th place game. But, you turn around the game against Poland. Poland had been in a tough pool. If memory serves, they were with USA and Great Britain, both of whom ended up as medalists. And they were hungry in that round of 16, but also shows you the absolute depth in international competition with so many teams, even in the round of 16, being competitive. So Canada now brings Dion Green in.
Oh, I know. You think I was going to stay here?
Ian Browns for Patrick Anderson. Also into the game for Canada is Jesse Hubner. Liam Hickey is in, the two-time Paralympian, one in wheelchair basketball, one in sledge hockey, and first basket of the game coming off the bench for Dion Green. Good start to the second quarter for Canada. Japan looking to find some sort of offensive rhythm here. They haven't found it yet. Chokai. Akita puts it up. It's short. Can he get his own rebound? No, it went off of his teammate, Akeishi. And it's Canada ball. So in a sense, Dion Green is replacing Bo Hedges, although not necessarily. He's a 3.5, Hedges is a 2.5. Liam Hickey is a 4-point player. And Jesse Hubner, a 1-point player. Remember, 14 points on the floor. Hickey puts up his first of the game. It rattles out. Chokai and Japan back on offense. Chokai didn't come in until late in the opening quarter. Down on the floor is a tired Hideo Odachi. Be great to see the crowds in Tokyo for wheelchair basketball in 2020. I expect they'll be huge. Japan has become such a great supporter of Olympic and Paralympic sport, but particularly Paralympic sport. And Murakami gets it to fall. Pressure here now by Japan, trying to keep Canada inside the timeline. They can't do it. Dion Green, now he's one-on-one against Akita. And all the back check is going on, trying to block out Patrick Anderson and the rest. Hickey now with the ball. Hickey, Anderson puts it up, and it just won't fall. This has really been the first week that Anderson and Hickey have had a chance to play together. Hickey, a star of the future, and Anderson, a star of the present, and of course, the past as well. Chokai lobs it for Kawahara. Just 4 on the shot clock. Won't fall. Green with the rebound. And he fires for Anderson. Canada might have an opportunity here. Anderson all kinds of time, and he makes no mistake. And we've got a blown tire here for Japan's Kai Akita, one of the Japanese players who was on the team last year in Germany at the World Championships. If you're new to wheelchair basketball, and in every game you're going to get 2, 3, 4, 5 blown tires. Every player has spares ready. It's just part of the game. Players know how to switch themselves. Used to be a time when there was an equipment manager. There often still is an equipment manager, but the players can definitely change them themselves. The basket is not going to count from Kai Akita, much to his chagrin. Foul is on Jonathan Vermette. 27-12, Canada leads. Chokai. Murakami has it rattle in and out, and Anderson turns Canada back up the floor. He's with Dion Green. Off the window and in for Anderson. 15 points for Patrick Anderson. Gets his hands on the ball, and Green's going to get it back. Quick transition here by Canada. Back on offense. Green. Dion Green from Victoria, BC, drops it for Anderson. 2 on the shot clock, puts it in, and the 3 for Anderson. Murakami. Comes right back to him again. From the baseline, the miss, collected by Akeishi. Back it comes to Murakami. Way up high for Chokai. No. And good hustle by Akeishi, but he couldn't keep it alive. Just so much work going on away from the ball. Hickey to inbound for Green. Ahead for Anderson. He's one-on-one against Akita. I don't like anybody's chances one-on-one against Patrick Anderson. But Akita's doing a nice job. Anderson, though, sheds him. Off the glass and in for Patrick Anderson. Akeishi for Japan. We near the halfway point of the second quarter. Uncontested pretty much. Puts it up and in over top of Hubner. Good defense by Japan. They're going to get the ball back here. Patrick Anderson did not play in the first game this week against Japan. And then he did arrive on Tuesday. And from then on, the Canadians have been winning. And they are leading here, 34-14, a 20-point lead, an air ball by Akita. And here comes the pride of St. John's, Newfoundland, Liam Hickey, sliding in behind Vermette. Hickey again with it, down towards the baseline, looking up, fading, nope. Can't get the shot. Can he keep it in? He does for Anderson. Good teamwork. Not much time on the clock. 2 on the shot clock. Anderson puts it up, and it's off the backboard. Anderson is tied up. Here comes Japan's Chokai. And the foul is against Vermette. Shooting 2 will be Renshi Chokai from Nagasaki, 2.5 player. Good chair skills. By the way, the Canadian women were just in Japan not too long ago, training camp there. And I was speaking with Melanie Houghton from the Canadian team. She said they were on the floor a lot, games and practices and training. Patrick Anderson doing a nice job, trying to free himself of Murakami. He does. Now directing some traffic. Slides it in, and in it goes Jesse Hubner on the nice feed from Anderson. Chokai. Wagok up top for Kawahara. Chokai, hard pass underneath. And a well-executed play by Akeishi to finish. Green takes from Hickey. Anderson trying to get free. Good defense by Kawahara. And back comes Japan with Chokai. The drop for Akita. Tried the 3, doesn't go. Liam Hickey played for Team Canada at the Rio Paralympic Games in 2016. Did not play for Team Canada last year at the World Championships. That basket from Patrick Anderson is not going to count. Patrick Anderson did not play for Canada in Rio 2016, but did for Canada last year at the World Championships. Huge benefit for Canada to have both players in the lineup. And now pretty much a line change for Canada. Anderson stays in. Gonshin comes back in. Dallaire is in the game. Hubner in, and so is Bo Hedges. Patrick Anderson, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And he is absolutely leading Canada. My stats show him with 22 points. And we're about 3 minutes away from halftime. What a game again for Patrick Anderson, one of the truly great wheelchair basketball players in the world. Back comes Japan, and a nice job by Akita. His first points of the second quarter. Canadian lead is 18. Dallaire. Gonshin. Patrick Anderson is out of the game right now. So you've got Gonshin and Hickey in together. Chokai for Japan. Up, fouled. It would have counted. And the foul is on Canada. Chokai goes 2 for 2, cutting the Canadian lead to 16 with just under 2.5 to go in the half. Into the game for Canada as well as Ben Morinchuk. Gonshin with the ball. The ever-present ponytail, former MVP of the Junior World Championships. Hedges from his office underneath for Moranchuk. And he is fouled, and he's going to go to the line. Ben Moranchuk, Canadian Paralympian in 2016. Seven players who are on the Canadian in the Canadian lineup today are Paralympians. Moranchuk gets one to drop. Some of those Paralympians are multi-time Paralympians. Canada does not have David Eng in the lineup. Choke just coming rolling right back down. And he's been catching some fire for Team Japan. Dallaire. Hedges. Gonshin. 3 on the shot clock. Underneath for Hedges. It hit the rim, so it's Canada ball. They'll get a 14-second shot clock to work with here. Moranchuk, right wing all the way across, trying to feed Hedges. The steal by Akita. Showcase buzzes after it, spins. Can't get that one to fall. Hedges rebounds. And Dallaire comes back for the ball from Hedges. And then returns the favor, gets the spinner, and Hedges give him 6 points. Inside of a minute to go in the half. Japan looking for a last push here. Moranchuk off the glass and in for Canada. A nice feed from Hedges. So Japan with 18 seconds left. Inbounds, one last crack at it here before the half. Down by 19. Shokai, who's had some success of late, dishes for Akita. Now into the hands of Kawahara. Try to get it back to Choke. And foul here on Canada. It is Hedges. His first. The shot from Akita misses, and that's going to do it for the half. So, with Patrick Anderson on the bench to end the first half, but he made his mark. 22 points in the half for Anderson, 42 points for Team Canada. They get contributions from Gonshin, Moranchuk, Green, Hubner, and Hedges continues to shine for Team Canada. So at the end of the first half of play, it is Canada 42 and Japan 23. The Government of Canada is proud to support Canada's wheelchair basketball athletes from playground to podium in their pursuit of sporting excellence. Lots more to come from the Pan Am Toronto Sports Centre in just a few moments. All right, now with one of the co-captains for Team Canada, David Ang. And Dave, I know, first of all, we should ask why you're not playing, because I know your fans are wondering, hey, I want to see one of our captains out on the floor.
I was playing with my New York team last weekend, and I'm actually on. I had a little concussion, so I'm on. Everything's fine. I'm just like on the protocol right now.
Things happen in sport, don't they?
Oh yeah, things happen. Age too, so.
Well, you're hiding it very, very well.
Thanks.
Your impressions after the opening half of this game, and not just this game, but the whole week with Japan?
It was a really great week. I'm really surprised at the talent that's here this week. Japan, like always, they're a great team, young team with a lot of speed, and really a team that will never quit. They got like no quit in them, and they're really disciplined. So it's really good for us. They keep us on our toes, like for the whole game. Like there's no time to rest. They can come back at any time. And for us, for Canada, it's a great time. You know, like we got lots of great talent, and with the addition of Liam Hickey, that we lost him for a couple of years. He was playing sledge hockey for Canada, so he's back into the mix, and he's helping a lot with different lineups that we can put out there. And what can I say? Like when Patrick Anderson being in top shape right now, like he's got his new chair, and he's got a lot of energy, and looks like a young Pat again.
It's really. I mean, I only get to see Pat, once every couple of years, and like you say, what can you say? His skill level is just sometimes it's just off the charts. But it's not just individual. I love how he's got his head on a swivel all the time, and he's always looking to see how he can work with his teammates as well.
Right. It's really great to see him, especially gel with the young ones. Like he's bringing a lot of confidence to our young athletes that are coming up, and it's really important because we got qualifiers this summer and we got to qualify to be able to go to Paralympics.
Right.
We got to finish top 3. So giving the experience and playing with Pat, and Pat's bringing the best out of everybody. So it's really fun to watch. When
you think about this tournament this summer in Lima, you've got to be top 3. You've got the U.S., you've got Argentina, you've got Brazil, and I know Colombia, a couple of other countries are kind of coming up. You did qualify 4 years ago when the games were held in Toronto. What do you think you learned from that experience that you can bring into this one?
Well, there's no letdown. Like every game is important. We're as a young team as well. Every opportunity is an opportunity to learn and to improve. So once we get to Lima, it's going to be really important to get experience to our young athletes, and not only for them, but being able to mix both the older athletes, the experienced athlete, and being able to play and find a cohesion with their energy that they're bringing. They're bringing up the game for us, and energy, and bringing passion to the game. So it's really important. And so being able to do that in Lima is going to be really important, to be able to stay fresh and take every single moment and learn from everything.
I think I hear what you're saying as well about those different lineups opportunities that you have with someone like a Liam Hickey, because you want to be able to come at other teams in waves, don't you? And not just have one group of 5, but have multiple groups that can really scare other teams.
Right, exactly, and be able to give it a different look as well. Most of the past years, our lineup's been pretty much the same. You change 1 or 2 players, but now with the addition of Liam, we can actually have a different type of lineup, play a different style. So we got a couple of styles for different opportunities, different occasions in the game.
David, when you think back about how long you've been in the games, what amazes me was when I look at last year's World Championships, just the depth of how many good teams there are. I know Canada feels bad, Japan feels bad that they were eliminated in the round of 16, but that also shows you how incredibly competitive. I mean, you guys went 2-1 in the round robin, and you get Poland, a really tough team, in your next game, and it just shows you how incredibly competitive wheelchair basketball is on a world scale.
Oh, it's incredible. Like on any given day, anybody can beat anybody, And we just got to be able to be sharp and be able to do that. I think what happened in the World Championship is not really a question. The position that we finish at World Championships is not really the reflection of who we are. It's really like bringing the experience and into the game and. Yeah, just be able. We've learned a lot. We have to be sharp every single day as well.
What about this facility that the national team trains at? What does it mean to have a place like this to call home?
Oh, it's huge. It's really huge, especially for our team. Especially with all the young athletes coming in, we can actually bypass a couple of years, just like we could condense years, like if we didn't have this place, the young guys that are coming up, like they wouldn't be ready, they wouldn't get enough experience, and they're able to condense a couple of years, like just being able to be here full time, and it's helping their I always have problems with the English word, development.
No, you're doing great.
And yeah, for those athletes, it really increases the speed of their development.
We knew what you meant. All right, second half now for Canada. What do the Canadians, what's the goal here? They're up by 19. You're up by 19.
Right.
It's not just to win. It's to do what things for this to be successful.
Third quarter is a quarter that we've been struggling with, but we did a great job all week to be able, all week. At the beginning, we still struggled at the beginning of the week, and we just got to maintain our focus and have a good start in the third quarter. Japan changes their style of play when they come in the third quarter. So they come in with more speed and more press. They're more aggressive in the third quarter. So that's really important for our guys to be able to stay focused and be able, even though not look at the score, even though we're up 19. We got to be able to play basketball and stay focused on each possession.
Instead of having them cut into the lead, you want to grow the lead even more.
Yes, exactly. We want to be able to grow the lead, not let them come back and don't let it make a close game at the end. So like you never know in close games, miss foul and stuff. We want to have control.
What is the calendar look like for Team Canada between now and qualifying in Lima in the summer? When do you get together next? When's your next tournament? When all of that?
Right now, our schedule is everybody's in their leagues right now and playing in the American League or with the Canadian League here.
And you're on the Roland Knicks,
right? And I'm in the Canadian Gladiators from Laval as well. So everybody's in the leagues, and some guys are playing here full time at the Pan Am Center. And in March, we actually have a selection camp, a karting camp for funding. That's the next time the whole team is going to get together. The whole program, actually, not only the senior men, but the whole Canadian program are going to be meeting. Then after that, at the beginning of May, that's when most of all the competition season are going to be over, and we're going to start our centralization for the whole summer, where we get together and we really focus on Lima.
Right.
And we'll have 2 tournaments this summer, and I think it's confirmed. And I'm at 90% sure that we're going to be competing in Poland and in GB. Those are going to be the 2 tournaments pre-Lima.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this. We really appreciate you taking some time and coming by. And again, what's your timeline for recovery? Are you?
I'll be back Wednesday.
Next week.
It's really protocol. I'm fine. I'm healthy, and just make sure that I don't get hit in the head from now to Wednesday, and I should be fine. I'll be back.
You've got to follow the protocol. We certainly appreciate you stopping by.
All right. Thank you very much, Rob.
David Eng. Team captain, one of the co-captains for Team Canada. And we'll tip it off we'll start the second half in just a few moments' time here at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre. And welcome back inside the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre. It is Team Canada against Team Japan in an international friendly to wrap up a week of training, development, competition for both nations, both working towards the 2020 Tokyo Paralympic Games. Japan, the host nation, will be there, both men's and women's teams. Canada must qualify, will do so this summer at the Para-Pan Am Games in Lima, Peru. We are underway. The Canadian lineup: Patrick Anderson, Nick Gonchen, Vincent Dallaire, Jesse Hubner, and Bo Hedges. And Patrick Anderson grabs the ball. Turns out he had 21 points in the first half. Gonchen spins and fires, give him 8 now. Chokai, 5 points in the opening half for Team Japan. Just fires one up. Maybe looking underneath for Mayajima. That was never going to connect. Anderson now. Nice job protecting the ball. Gives to Gonchen. He's got time. Just misses. Anderson rebounds. The basket's not going to count. It'll be Canada ball. So you heard those words by Canadian captain David Eng, just about having Patrick Anderson back in the lineup and looking like a young Patrick Anderson again. His ball, his chair skills are just second to none. Gonchen with it for 3, yes! Give him 11 points. Anderson again for Canada. A little bit of a size mismatch, so he uses it, banks it off the glass and in. 23 for Patrick Anderson. Tetsuya Mayajima. Shokai. Akita, yes! Give Aikita 8 points. You heard also David Eng talking about the Canadians needing to really keep their focus in the third quarter. Japan coming with a different kind of a look, different energy. Gonchen rebounding, taps it back to Anderson, and he puts it home. Good teamwork by Canada. Tetsuya Mayajima. All kinds of time if he wants to take it. Anderson gets a hand in there. Now Chokai. He's got time. And he puts it in. 7 points for Chokai. Anderson watched by Chokai. Nice little no-look for Gonchen. All kinds of time. Give Nick Gonchen 13. Canadians are growing their lead. Now a 26-point spread. Mayajima, all kinds of time. It rattles out. He'll get another crack at it. Chokai for 3. No. Hedges rebounds. Ouch. And he got a chair off the back of the head. And he's going to pop back up. Make the Cowboys tough in Wanawon, BC. Rin Kawahara underneath for Akaishi. Choke. And that went off of the fingers, I think, of Patrick Anderson and out of play. Substitution here on the Japanese side. Into the game come Takeyoshi Iwao and Naihiro Murakami. Iwao, a 1-point player. Murakami, a 4-point player. And we got a foul here on Hubner, way back behind the play. So it'll be Team Japan trying to get a charge going here. Miyajima. Anderson got up. And the foul is on Patrick Anderson. Non-shooting foul for Japan. Miyajima. Now Murakami. Miyajima. Guarded by Anderson. Inside for Iwao. Great defense by Canada. Gonshin weaves back out. He's got Anderson with him on the attack. Stops, puts it up. Bounces out, but it's going to be Canada ball in and out of the grasp of Kai Akita. And Canada gets it right back again. Hedges takes the inbound, gives back to Anderson. Looks, fires, in and out. Back comes the Japanese attack with Rin Kawahara. Kawahara, 1.5 player, puts it underneath for Akita, at least out on the wing. And again, the miss. Canadians lead 53-27. We're in the third quarter, halfway through the third. Bo Hedges from the top of the key, rattles in and out. And the buckets seem to be sealed here the last few minutes, but here comes Japan. And even that fairly easy shot, easy looking shot from Murakami misses. Now Anderson. Nothing's keeping that out. Patrick Anderson. He's got 27 points. And that is going to go for 3 for Naihiro Murakami. Gonshin tries to respond. And the behind the back from Anderson to Dallaire, and he couldn't seal the deal. Back comes Japan. Nice job from Miyajima to weave through the Canadian defense. And in it goes Miyajima, who's playing with 3 fouls. Anderson absorbs the contact across for Gonshin, puts it up, rattles out. Rebounded Akita. Kawahara. Akita. Murakami. Akita. No. Good job by Hubner to get a hand on it. Anderson the ball, now Hedges. And now the Canadians go back on offense. Bo Hedges, the three-time Paralympian for Canada, gives it to Patrick Anderson, and he's got that for 3. 30 points for Patrick Anderson. Murakami. Canadian lead, 24 points, 58-34. Patrick Anderson leading the points parade here in the second half for Hedges. He's got time, and when he does that. 8 points for Bo Hedges. In and out, Murakami. Anderson again, the rebound. I don't know how many rebounds he's got today, but it's sure he's got the double-double. Nice little feed for Gonshin. Good defense from Miyajima just to get enough on the Gonshin shot and distract him enough. Kawahara, he's got all kinds of time. Won't drop. Dallaire, Canada, communicating while he passes to Gonshin. Canadians weaving. Hubner is playing some big minutes here for Canada. A last-minute addition to the lineup. Hedges has it drop in and out. Canadians were expecting to have Lee Melimick, Tyler Miller in the lineup. Both late scratches. We knew that David Ang would not play because of concussion last week in his role in Nick's game. Just over a minute to play, third quarter. Canadian lead, 26 points. In come the reinforcements into the game. Liam Hickey, Blaze Mutware, and Jonathan Vermette with 3 fouls into the game. Aikita fades, fires, misses, but Japan rebounds. Again, it won't fall, and Hickey comes up with it for Canada. Excellent multi-sport athlete out of St. John's, Newfoundland. Hickey has time, weaves, slings it in for Mutware. It was a little too hot to handle. Down to the final 40 seconds now of the third quarter. Tetsuya Miyajima yelling instructions. The battle rages on the court with Blaze Mutware in the middle of it from Etobicoke, about a half an hour from the Toronto Pan Am Sports Center. Of course, Toronto traffic being what it is, it could be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour and a half. The basket is good for Japan. They cut the Canadian lead to 24. Gonshin. No look for Hickey. And from the baseline, Liam Hickey's got a couple more. And that is going to do it for 3 quarters of play. Team Canada with a 62-36 lead on Japan. Toyota Canada is the proud mobility partner of Wheelchair Basketball Canada. Toyota's partnership with Wheelchair Basketball Canada represents their commitment to mobility and movement for all through vehicles, sport experiences, and more. Nick Gonshin had a pretty strong third quarter for Canada. He scored 7. Bo Hedges had a couple of points. And Patrick Anderson, another strong quarter He's now got 30 points. Gonshin has 13. And for Japan, Choke leads, or at least Akita leads the way. He's got 11 points. Akita, big number 25, the 3.5-pointer. So we still have a couple of players in some foul trouble. For Canada, Jonathan Vermette. Joe Vermette has 3. And for Japan, number 10, Tatsuya Miyajima. He's got 3. Canada with Gonshin, Hickey, Vermette, Hubner, and Mutware. Japan, Murakami, Akeishi, Shokai, Odachi, and Iwa. We're underway, final quarter. Team Canada, Team Japan. We've got a foul here. I think it was on Japan's Takayoshi Iwa. But Gonshin's all right. So again, Canadian leads 62-36. No baskets yet in the fourth quarter. Liam Hickey. Underneath for Gonshin, off the glass. Just can't get it to fall. And Murakami up ahead for Shokai. Mutware getting back well on defense. Shokai slings it back. Vermette gets a hand on it. And then it goes off Japan's Akeishi. And Canada's going to get the ball back. My name is Rob Snook here at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre. It's international wheelchair basketball. Team Canada, Team Japan. Glad to have you along for the ride. Canadians have pretty much led throughout this one with the pretty much incomparable Patrick Anderson leading the charge. He's got 30 of Canada's 62 points. He's on the bench now. Iwao, Akeishi, 6 on the shot clock, and a nice job by Murakami with the clock winding down. Nice exit by Canada. Hickey takes his time, surveys the scene, gives it to Blaise Mutware. Hickey, nice job reaching up over his head. Just can't seem to get the rhythm yet. Renshi Chokai leads Japan underneath, and diving was Gonshin. And that is on Vermette. So that's his 4th. Shokai. Murakami, yes, for 3. He's hit a couple of three-pointers. Hickey takes the long pass from Gonshin. He's 1-on-1 against Odachi. Gets some help now. 2-on-1. Takes Gonshin off the window and in. 15 points now for Nick Gonshin. Nice assist for Hickey. Back comes Japan, and again, Murakami hits another three. Nice job by Gonshin to retrieve that ball and hold off Choke. Good defensive pressure, though, by Japan. 5 on the shot clock. Gonshin looking for some relief. 2 on the shot clock. Puts it up and puts it in. No other options for Nick Gonshin. Another 3 attempt from Murakami. He was feeling it, and he missed that one. Long pass. Hickey trying to catch up. He's got it. Good defense from Akaishi, though. Mutware now runs a bit of a pick for Hickey. Takes it to the baseline. 4 on the shot clock. Underneath for Gonshin, and the deep part of the key. And Gonshin hits another. The referee was standing right in front here. Akaishi with a circus shot and one. Akaishi fouled in the act. Gets the spinner off the glass and in. And timeout call now for Team Canada, but leading 68-46. Remember, the lead was 19 at the half. It is 22 points now. If you're loving the wheelchair basketball, I suppose you know that in Canada, anyone can play wheelchair basketball. The sport, completely inclusive, allows able-bodied athletes and athletes with a disability to compete together on a level playing field at clubs across the country. Visit wheelchairbasketball.ca to find a local club or program in your community. Get involved as an athlete, a coach, official, or a volunteer. Certainly we remember at the recent Pan Am Games, the Under-23 World Championships, the World Championships for women being contested at the Mattamy Athletic Center, the old Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. Sunrise Medical provided wheelchairs for people to try and use, some people with disabilities, some without. And they were sitting kind of in the facility, and on several occasions we had the opportunity to get out there. Shoyal Brown, who's part of SportsCanada.TV, I remember him being out there. He's an excellent basketball player, a lot better than I am. But Patrick Anderson on the floor at one point with me, and he kept giving me the ball near the hoop, and I'm like, Pat, just take the shot, man. There's no sense giving it to me. But a lot of fun wheelchair basketball played by able-bodied and people with disabilities across the country. Young families, sometimes with a child with a disability, will get a sibling without, and hard to see who loves the sport more. It's just the sport, and they both love it equally. Canadian team in control, up by 22. Liam Hickey, Nick Gonshin playing together on the floor. The rest of the Canadian 5 has Mutware, Hubner, and Vermette. Hickey puts it up for 3. That's it. He just has to get further away from the basket. All the way from St. John's. Choke, that's short. Mutware reaches up and gobbles it up. Nice rebound by the pride of Etobicoke. Liam Hickey one-on-one against Iwao, and he beats him. He is fouled and is going to get to shoot 2 here. Well, if you've never seen Liam Hickey play sledge hockey, he is equally as good at that sport. Truly among the elite in the world. He's the Bo Jackson, I guess, of wheelchair basketball, and I guess it's called para ice hockey now. after that three-pointer a minute ago. Hits the first free throw. Second one a little short. He knew where the rebound was going, but so did Chokai. And Japan goes back on offense, but now trailing Canada 72-46. Quick offense from Japan. Iwao took the feed and sent up the shot in the same motion. Hickey waiting for some help. Here it comes in the form of Gonshin. But we've got a foul against Canada's Mutware. So Japan will get a chance to inbound. Ryugi Akaishi had that great circus shot a few minutes ago. Another foul on Canada. Canadians aggressive here. Looks like Patrick Anderson might be coming back into the game here shortly. And it looks like Eric Voss. Canadians getting ready to bring some in as Hideo Odachi hits. In comes Anderson, Voss, dead air. Out, Vermette, Mutware, and Gonshin. Good quarter for Nick Gonshin. I've got him at 19 points now. Canadians lead 72-49, a 23-point spread. Patrick Anderson back in for the first time in probably about 10 minutes of playing time. Comes into the game with 30 points. Chokai, watched by Anderson, puts it up. Nice rebound from Dallaire. Drops it off for Hickey. Drills one ahead for Anderson, makes the catch look easy, and gets the Canadians started on offense. Anderson weaving into the key. Off it goes for Hickey. Can't get the drop. Chokai. Japan was coming down the floor and just launching three-pointers a while ago. Now they're working their way back in. That one is short. Nice rebound by Akaishi. Japan gets a 14-second clock, but gives it away. And Hickey with a great job underneath. I feel like when Patrick Anderson is out there, not only is he a great player, but he's also kind of directing the rest of the players, kind of like a coach on the floor in a way. Inside of 3.5 minutes to play here in Toronto, 72-49, Team Canada leads Team Japan. These two teams have a great relationship they built up over several years, help each other out. Voss puts it up and just couldn't quite get the angle. Nice setup from Anderson. Choke loses it. Hickey, can he get it back? No, Choke, great work. And then with the Japanese player down, Miyajima. Foul called. Might have been on Hickey. So Choke, who came into the game in the first quarter, not at the start though, later in the first quarter, pretty much has been in throughout for Japan. And 2 for 2 there on the free throw from the free throw line for Renshi Chokai. Hickey. Anderson from 3 wheels. And give Patrick Anderson 32. Aikita, no. Rebounded Japan, Miyajima. And again the miss. And the outlet from Anderson. Hickey couldn't catch up to it, but got a break when it went off Chokai and out of bounds. Canada's going to get the ball back. Pat Anderson. Gets some good work from Hubner, creates a bit of space, flings it all the way across for Hickey. Can't believe he lost it. Sometime you've got the next play made before the first one is finished. And that's what just happened to Liam Hickey. Canadian lead, though, is comfortable at 23 points, 74-51 over Japan. Here on a Thursday night at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre, the culmination of a hard week of training and games. Played a couple of games yesterday against Japan, the Canadians did. The development program, part of this as well. Miyajima spinning, looking underneath Chokai. Off the glass, rebounded by Anderson, under pressure, no fear. He gets it out and gives to Hickey. Still got time. 7 on the shot clock. Gives to Anderson. Puts it up. Puts it in off the glass. Make it 34 for Patrick Anderson. Feels like that's a number he's had on multiple occasions before. Chokai. Akaishi. Kawahara. Akaishi for 3. No, it's short. Rebounded by Hubner. Dish to Hickey, and back come the Canadians. Voss trying to use the height of Anderson in front, but misses. And Kawahara gets Japan going again. We're inside the final 40 seconds of the fourth quarter. Miyajima feeling the heat from Anderson. Top of the key, yes. So Miyajima, who's played these minutes here in the fourth quarter with 3 fouls, possibly 4, and now the steal. So not a factor anymore. Chokai takes it towards the baseline. Anderson gets a hand on it, but it's going to go back to Japan. So just 2 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock here in the fourth quarter. Chokai swings it in, puts it up, and rattles it home. Renshi Chokai shining here in the second half for Team Japan. Canadian lead is 21. Dallaire, he's going to have the ball to finish the game. Team Canada with a 76-55 win. And it looks like Patrick Anderson had 34, if my numbers are correct. Big game for Anderson. Yeah, indeed, that is confirmed from the scorer's table. Nick Gonshin had 19. And for Japan, the leading point getter was Nahihiro Murakami with a dozen. followed by Renshi Chokai. He had a 9-point game. So Team Canada, Team Japan put on a pretty good show here for the crowd at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre. And on behalf of Wheelchair Basketball Canada, my name is Rob Snook. Thanks for tuning in for tonight's game on SportsCanada.TV. We certainly hope you enjoyed watching and listening as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you, and hope you'll join us again next time as we look to bring you more coverage of Canadian wheelchair basketball following Canada's journey on the road to the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. So long for now from the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre. Team Canada, Team Japan put on a show in Toronto tonight, and they want to thank you for watching.